Hey guys, first of all, I want to apologize because I completely forgot about starting the recorder in the beginning of this interview. So, the first question was, what was your first acting or voice acting job? So, yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
Welcome to, once again, another episode of Abby and Mandy's Adventures in Odyssey podcast.
And once again, we have an interview. If you haven't figured out, we try to interview anyone that does stuff related to Adventures in Odyssey.
Today, the interview is with Zach Callison, voice of Matthew Parker. Computer Los Angeles for on camera. And I had done other things in St. Louis before I came out to Los Angeles in theater and a small movie that came from St. Louis while I was there. But Adventures in Odyssey was my first voice acting job.
Okay, wow, that's cool. Okay, so, question number 2.
Here's question number 2. Do you and Woodford get along better than you and Jake get along? Most definitely. Wade is hilarious. I love when he's in the studio, when he comes in to record, because he always has these funny little things he says. The voice for Jay is just hilarious. I couldn't push it any other way. He does so good on the character, and it's a great time whenever he's in the studio, so that's always fun.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we've always, wanted to, meet all the characters, hey, what do you like, and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so third one. Do you like mysteries as much as Matthew does?
Well, yeah, I do like him, but I think Matthew might be better at him than I am. Whenever I like riddles, if people try to get me to solve a riddle, sometimes I have trouble with it. But Matthew's really sharp on those types of things. He always gets them. But, I like riddles. It's just, I think they're a little more challenging for me than they are for Matthew. So, there's a slight difference there, but we do kind of enjoy the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Here is question number 4. Do you have a favorite Adventures in Odyssey episode? If so, which one is it, and why do you like that episode? Well, there's a couple. One of them was the Malted Millfall Falcon. That was a really fun one to do, with all the rockathon and all the action that happened in that episode. I really enjoyed that one. That one kind of stood out to me from the ones I've done so far. There's another episode that I can't say too much about because I don't think it's been released yet. We just recorded it recently. But it has to do with I think it's the Imagination Station in Matthew, and he kind of gets involved in a Bible story. And it's very, very interesting, and I had a great time doing it with this whole other cast of characters that came in just for this episode to play different parts, and I really had a great time doing it. I'm very excited.
Sweet. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm really excited now.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever listened to any of the older Adventures in Odyssey episodes that were made before you came on the show?
Yes. When I was researching for my audition for the part, I wasn't really familiar with Adventures in Odyssey, but I looked up on iTunes when they were still on iTunes, some of the episodes, and one of the Christmas specials was on there, and I listened to that, and I kind of got a feel for Odyssey when I listened to that, and that helped me to kind of formulate Matthew's character in my head.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So, here is the next one. Have you ever gone to a filming or recording session and were surprised because you saw someone you recognized? Yes. On Adventures in Odyssey, we had Jason Earls come in from Hannah Montana, which was, it was really cool. It was before I actually did my co-star role on Hannah Montana, so I hadn't met him before, but he came in. I'm blanking on the role he did. He played a bully. He was like, him and Jay kind of started bullying a lot, and he was kind of like a leader, and Jay kind of followed him around and did what he told him to do. But he did the character really well, and it was so cool to meet him. Jason Earls is a really great guy, and it was kind of a shock to see him in the studio because I didn't expect him. I just expected him to show up, even though I was watching him on TV all the time. It was really a surprise, and it was really cool. Cool.
Yeah. So, have you ever had something happen in the studio that you'll always remember?
We have, every time we have a recording session, there's always something goofy that happens. I remember probably the craziest thing we did that I can remember remember was we tried to fit like more people into the studio than possible because the one particular scene we were doing had so many people that there weren't enough mics in the studio, so there was mic sharing going on. There's I think there's 6 seats in the main room, so those were all filled, and then there's 2 isolation booths in the back. So we put, I think it was 10 people. We had 2 people on each mic in both the isolation booths, so 4, and then 6 people out in front, which was way more than the studio could handle. But we got the scene done, and it was pretty crazy. I mean, I was surprised that we were able to do it, but we got everybody fit in and got the scene recorded.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what was your favorite part about the album, The Green Ring Conspiracy? Well, I thought it was cool that they were doing an entire album dedicated to one concept. I thought that was something really cool, something I hadn't seen since I'd gotten on Odyssey. And also working with my good friend Robbie Bruce, we actually met the night before we started recording Green Ring Conspiracy at a birthday party. And we did not know that he was going to be on set the next morning.
Oh, geez.
And we got there, we said hi, and since then we've been really great friends. He's a really cool guy, and he did really well on Green Ring Conspiracy. And I made a great friend on Odyssey. With I made lots of great friends on Odyssey, but Robbie I've become really good friends with through that.
Oh wow, that's like really cool. Yeah, I would definitely not expect to like see him one day. Then, oh, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Okay. The last question is, what secrets did they keep from you during the recording sessions of the Green Ring Conspiracy?
Well, they did 2 separate recording sessions, I believe, for 3 days and 2 episodes per day, and then I think they were a couple months apart. But I think it was maybe the middle 6 episodes of Green Ring Conspiracy, I wasn't in them at all. So I had the first 3 scripts and the last 3 scripts. So I was missing a lot, and that I had to think about it, what was going on, and I kind of forced myself to just not read the last 3, so I didn't spoil anything. I read the first 3, and then I could only wonder what the other ones would hold, the other 9 episodes that I hadn't read yet. So that was pretty interesting, because I kind of had a partial story there.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. So, okay, that is all the questions that we have for you.
All right.
Alright, yes. Thank you so much for doing this interview with us.
Of course, of course.
We will have the Adventures in Odyssey art contest we started last week go for another week.
So, if you want to enter the contest, you still have time.
That's it for now.
And also, we'd like to say a special thanks to Wooten Basket from the Soda Shop for making our awesome logo. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.